So, the UK is cracking down on racial abuse online. But first, the Taliban assassinates a top media official in Afghanistan. Ian Lee is following these stories and other major headlines from around the world for us. Ian, good morning.
Good morning, Amory. Yeah, we're going to start with that breaking news out of Afghanistan, where the Taliban have shot and killed the head of the government media department. His death is the latest in a series of attacks on journalists as the Islamist group continues its offensive in the country. Let's move on now to protests turning violent in St. Vincent and the Grenadines yesterday. Demonstrators threw rocks and water bottles, with one hitting the country's prime minister. Images from the scene show him bleeding as he was rushed away. He was later transferred to Barbados for an MRI scan, and demonstrators had gathered outside Parliament to protest the mandatory vaccination of most frontline healthcare workers against COVID-19. The Caribbean island nation has recorded a little more than 2,000 cases and 12 deaths since the pandemic began, but only 9% of the country has been fully vaccinated. We are moving on to Russia, where a lesbian family has fled the country after receiving abuse and death threats online. They were the targets of a hate campaign after appearing in an ad for a supermarket chain. The company later apologized and replaced their photo with one of a heterosexual family. Under Russian law, it's illegal to promote gay values and lifestyles to minors. The family has taken to social media to say they are now safe and currently residing in Barcelona. Next, we are here in the UK, where 11 people tied to racist abuse have been arrested for targeting English football players on social media. The online abuse came after England lost to Italy in the Euro 2020 final last month. The main targets were 3 players of color who missed penalties during a shootout, which determined the game's winner. A special police unit received over 600 reports, of which more than 200 were found to have broken the law. Those comments were widely condemned by English football and the Prime Minister. Finally, we're in Iran, where the country swore in a new president, Ibrahim Raisi, yesterday. The U.S. hopes he'll work with them to revive the nuclear deal, but warned the window for diplomacy won't be open forever. Raisi has said he's open to any diplomatic efforts that end sanctions against his country. While negotiations have been taking place in Vienna to revive the deal, those talks have been stalled recently. Amory, Raisi is considered a hardliner, much more in tune with the Iran Supreme Leader and Revolutionary Guard Corps. Some analysts believe he is being groomed to become the country's next Supreme Leader, but he's not widely popular. Raisi won the election with a historically low turnout. He also faces huge domestic challenges like power outages, water shortages, and a failing economy.
Yeah, he certainly has his hands full. There have been a number of protests in Iran. You pointed out water shortages. That's the most recent reason why people have taken to the streets. And this is all while the pandemic continues to rage. Ian,
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.